আজকে নিয়ে আসছি ওনার সাথে পরিচয় হয় ইয়াসমিন কুরেশি ইয়াসমিন হারুন আপা সরি ইয়াসমিন কুরেশি আমাদের আরেকটা আপা আছে এই জন্য সেম নাম সরি তো ইয়াসমিন হারুন আপা কেমন আছেন
ভালো আছি আসসালামু আলাইকুম
ওয়ালাইকুম সালাম হাউ ইজ ইউর ডে টুডে
Alhamdulillah, I was busy
Aslam.
yeah.
I know you're a very busy lady.
Yes.
So if you want to introduce yourself to our audience.
Yes, so I'm Yasmin Harun. I run a charity, Muslim Sports Association. So I chair and founded that charity in 2014. I'm also a director at British Fencing, which is a sports, and then trustee at London Sport. Also vice chair of London Football Association and FA Council rep, and non-executive director at Charity Bank as well. And I work full-time.
Wow. And what's your work?
So I'm changing roles. So I've just been appointed the senior policy advisor for the independent football regulator.
Why football? Being a woman, football.
I'm a huge football fan. I've always loved sports and football especially. I have a passion for it. And I've been in banking for 27 years. So I'm going to be changing from banking into football full-time.
Why are you changing? I mean, going to the football. I know you love football, but...
Yeah, I don't know. I think for me, banking wasn't enjoyable anymore. So it felt automated. So every day I'm saying, and it's like a robot. I mean, on a boydam and reports hodam and like no interaction because work from home, but you go to the office, you don't know who's in the office. So interaction massive, and especially after COVID. And so then I just thought, I'm not enjoying this anymore.
Right.
I need to do something I enjoy, and life is short, right? So
yeah, definitely. আপনার কথা আসলে যে কোভিডের কারণে কোভিডে কিন্তু অনেক মানুষের লাইফস্টাইল অনেক চেঞ্জ করে ফেলছে ওয়ার্ক স্পেশালি এনভায়রনমেন্ট বা কাজে যে আগে যাওয়া গিয়ে কাম করে এখন কিন্তু অনেক মানুষের ঘর থেকে কাম করে
বেশি and I think it's taken away the friendships and interaction with your work colleagues. I studied in Khamotachtai, so you need to have that interaction. And if you go to the office, it feels really boring. So I just felt like I wasn't enjoying it anymore. So I needed to change just to get my spirit back, some love for the job again. And although I'm doing all the charity work and it feels full-time, it's quite a lot of work, I was doing that voluntary and I wanted to get into change the sector to try and do that full-time and enjoy it.
And আমরা অনেক সময় চিন্তা করি না because you just mentioned voluntary. আমরা অনেক সময় চিন্তা করি যে voluntary কাম করতাম বিনা পয়সায় কোনো কিছু বেনিফিট পাইতাম না How would you explain that যে benefit পাইতাম না but you benefited out of it?
I mean benefit face and I mean benefit didam as well. So as a hijabi Muslim Bengali girl lady in this environment in sports sector খুব কম আছে আমরা representation. So I mean remote gele I'm the only hijabi in that room.
Oh wow.
So you know the representation atara decisions manai policy manai strategy manai but I'm the two yatara manai. So they don't include Muslim
because
women.
They don't know
the barriers,
what our needs are,
what our needs are, what challenges we face as Muslim women. Obviously I'm the say cover takhtam hijab fintam. But if it's an all women's environment like MSA, we provide that female coach inclusive environment where kuno beta so you can take the hijab off if you want to. So that's the environments that we need to push for. And and like putting her thoughts forward. Atara continuously policy manai or strategy manor amra toya amra fise for zaida. So you know activity, staying fit for mental health, physical health is really important. So kita lagi amra fise taktama we should be in the forefront.
Absolutely. The voluntary কাম করে I'm coming back to the voluntary again. Voluntary কাম করে আপনি যে আপনার self progress করছেন and you're making the decision now implementing especially when it comes to sports especially for the women in hijab is very important because আমরা মহিলা কিন্তু এরকম নাই যেটা you just said যে স্পোর্টস স্পেশালি তাও এখন দেখা যায় অনেক মহিলারা কিন্তু সুইমিং করা বুরকিনি ফিন্দিয়া তারপরে অনেক মহিলা স্পোর্টস অনেক অ্যাক্টিভিটিসও পার্ট করা যেমন একজন মহিলা আছেন তাই কিতা ফাইটিং ইয়ে করেন তারপরে এরকম অনেক মহিলা ফরওয়ার্ড আইসুন আমরা বাংলাদেশেও কিন্তু এখন মহিলারা অনেক একই আছে
But the football team is
football
doing
team and
really,
cricket
really
team
well.
as well
Yeah.
when I saw the cricket team the other day I was shocked
Yeah.
because I wasn't aware of the Bangladesh
Yeah, they're
cricket
doing
team
really,
as
really
মহিলারা।
well. Yeah, and it's important that we do try to get in all the sports. So I'm a football club assessor, so I'm the chair of a football club. Every time the Muslim women are encouraged to get involved in football. But them the coaches assess, they go Musliman, hijab, findon. They inspire more ladies to come and join, more girls to come and join. So we've made a lot of progress in the last 10 years. Obviously, I don't, like we have a long way to go.
Definitely.
But I think we've made good progress. I mean, before I start Jose, I couldn't get women to come and play sports at all.
Yeah, আমি back to আমরা একটা শুরু করছিলাম ওরকম women's football. We were trained by we were playing with and getting training by this Shada as a মহিলাকে. She's very good coach, but মহিলা তারা কয়দিন করার পরে then they disappeared. They don't want to do it because they thought this is not what they want to do. But any activities, any sports activities, আসলে আমরা হেলথও দেয় বালা নট হেলথ প্লাস মেন্টাল হেলথও দেয় অনেক বালা কিন্তু আমরা এরকম চিন্তা করি
না আর এখন young generation বুঝরা তারা জিমও যায় তারা running করেন like a lot of our marathon London Marathon we had 5 runners last year. This next year we are going to have 10 runners. So often you can see more prominently than hijabi Bengalis are running, swimming, like you said, playing football, cricket, lots of different
but
activities.
Young generation, not
but
someone
the younger
like
generation, that's right. And I think it's important for all age. You know, you can be old, you can be young, you can middle age, but it's important to do some sort of activity, whether that's 20 minutes a day walking really fast or Gora Hamos is an activity, like your heart rate goes up. So anything to keep moving, then like our health stays really good and our mental health stays really good. And that interactions and group loggers and khelwai and interacting, that the mental health will get as well.
Of course. আমি কয়েকদিন আগে একটা ফোকাস গ্রুপও পার্টিসিপেট করাতে আসলাম মানে ইজ টু ডু ডায়াবেটিস অ্যান্ড এটার মাঝে আই ওয়াজ মেনশনিং দ্যাট বিকজ আই হ্যাভ ডান লট অফ হেলথ প্রমোশন ওয়ার্ক অ্যান্ড অ্যাট দ্য টাইম আমরা যারা ডায়াবেটিক রুগী তারপর যারা হাউস বাউন্ড বা যারা একলা যাইতা কনফিডেন্ট ফিল করেন না তো তারারে লই আমরা কাম করতাম যেটা হয়েছে যে গরু বইয়ে কীভাবে গরুর খামরে এক্সারসাইজ ফর্মে ইউজ করা যায় যেমন বাথ ক্লিন করা বডির কীভাবে নাড়াইতা তারপর সিঁড়ি দিয়ে উঠা নামা যারা করতে পাররা তারা সিঁড়ি দিয়ে কারণ অনেকে কমফোর্টেবল আগে ফিল করতাম না এখনও অনেকে আমরা এই কমফোর্টেবল ফিল করি না জিমও যাইতাম বিকজ সেই সময় জিমোর কোনো উইমেন অনলি অ্যাক্সেস আসছিল না এরকম আর থাকলেও কিন্তু হয়তো শেয়ার করা লাগতো চেঞ্জিং রুম অ্যান্ড অল দ্যাট তো যার কারণে অনেকে কমফোর্টেবল ফিল করে না যে জিমও যাইতাম যে করতাম প্লাস কস্ট ইজ ইনভলভ এফোর্ড করতে পারেন না তো তারা মাথাত রাখিয়া সেলফ হেল্প একটা করা হয়েছিল এক্সারসাইজ ফর্ম বাট সামওয়ান ইন দ্যাট গ্রুপ কই না এটা বলে ইনাফ হয় না বাট আই থিঙ্ক ইফ আই এম জাস্ট সিটিং দেয়ার like a cabbage, I'd rather move around. আমি যদি গিয়া গড়ে ক্লিন করি আমি যদি গিয়া বাথ ক্লিন করি বা আমি যদি হুভার মারি তাহলে কিন্তু আমার এক্সারসাইজ হয় because I'm moving my muscles some form.
Even going to drop the kids off or picking them up, you can take a longer route so you're walking a little bit more.
Exactly.
In that walk. So you're walking twice a day, just make it a little bit longer so you're getting a bit more exercise. Exactly. It's very easy if you think about it, just to move a little bit more. But I think for many of our women, it's a barrier of the mind that we think we're not supposed to be doing exercise. We're not supposed to be playing football. We're not supposed to be going swimming or doing yoga. And I think that's the Bengali mindset and Muslim mindset that, you know, I'm not betting it allowed now.
No. But আমরা সবকিছু করা অ্যালাউড আছে আমরা একটা লিমিট আছে যদি আমরা
environment যদি ঠিক থাকে and you're following your deen, then
Exactly.
like it's encouraged. আমরা religion encourage করে না আমরা
Definitely.
physical activity করবো লাগি, because we have to stay healthy to do namaz and do ibadah.
Exactly.
So it all connects, and sometimes আমরা মানুষ বুঝুন না until they get diabetes, until they have heart problems, or they have some other illnesses, arthritis and things like that. But they tell to kind of activity. But for MSA, আমরা kita hilo in preventative measure.
Right.
Do it from when an early stage and continuously do it, and then it will be part of your life. So then hopefully inshallah you prevent those diseases, or you try to control it as best as possible.
Yeah. What type of women are attending so far?
We have all age ranges, so we don't really do many activities for under 16.
Okay.
All of our middle-aged women, probably from about 30 to
I should come
50.
and join football then.
Yeah, I mean it's a really good activity. And then I'm cycling them as well, like learn how to cycle. And I'm like Pakistani Betia Isla, she was 70 years old. At a lifelong dream I said cycle learn how to
That's my dream as well.
Bafed is so now because tara like so to talk to Pakistan tara no, it's not for girls.
For the girls.
So just remember MSA cycling course excellence says she signed up, and within a few sessions she learned how to cycle, and she was so happy. So it's never too late to learn something new.
Of course not. I mean, I always look for something new to learn, to pick up. It আমার ব্রেন স্টিমুলেট করে, লাইক ইউ সেড ব্যাংকো খাম করতা সারাদিন একই খাম একই জব, কিন্তু এটা স্টিমুলেট করে না মাইন্ডরে, your mind becomes dead. So you rather take something challenging, and I like taking challenges, something different every time. I would say you were asking me before the show, have I worked all my life with the media? No, I haven't. I don't know whether I should say by default I'm with the media, or I don't know, maybe Allah will asil jar karone ami media loge kham kora shuru korchi, but I wasn't a media person. Ami age mattam partam na, right? Manchor loge embarrassed lagto, shormaitam matte gele. Ami when I was studying in the college to do my presentation, I was so embarrassed. I was so nervous. Ami ubaya matte gele amar sara shoril khafto, atut gamto. But look at me now, sitting down, So over the years, I have learned how to adapt myself, and প্রত্যেকে কিন্তু ক্ষমতা আছে আমরা.
Yeah, definitely. I've challenged না হলে you're not moving with the times. So এখন AI বাড়াইছে, so a lot of jobs are going to become automated. So you need to find a new challenge that you're going to enjoy and keep being challenged, and enjoy. Like you don't want to go to work and খামো asta din takia. If you're not happy, why are you doing that job?
Exactly.
So that's why I made the decision to change, and obviously I got the support of my family, so they've encouraged me a lot, like well, you can do it, and go for it, don't worry, interview somewhere to help us, and so it's very good to have that family around you to support you.
Talk about your family. Who have you got in your family?
So alhamdulillah, I've got my husband and my 2 boys.
Oh, mashallah.
So our oldest one is 25 and the youngest is 21.
Okay.
So both at university, one's doing masters, one's doing his 3rd year, final year. So so to takte tara dekhshon ammo shobshomoy community work kordam ar charity work kordam, so they're used to it. Then amar beshi time ditam pari na goro because I'm always busy, but zenor nitam pari tara nei ki ami.
Okay, that's good. And in terms of how do you balance how did you balance at that time when they were younger to look after them?
It was very difficult. I had my mom to support, and then my husband was very good. So like I'm flexible, then look after hot later aslam and things like that. So I used to work daytimes, used to work evening times, but the job changed then flexible. So it was really to support me and help my career progress. And I did my master's 2 years ago.
Okay.
So I went back and did my master's and then achieved that. So it's all because my husband has encouraged me and supported me. Otherwise I wouldn't have managed.
You wouldn't have. Actually, আমরা ফ্যামিলির মাঝে আমরা ফ্যামিলি যারা লগে থাকি আমরা তারা সাপোর্ট দরকার লাগে, তারা সাপোর্ট ছাড়া কিন্তু আমরা কিছু করতে পারতাম না, and those who has that kind of support, we are quite lucky.
Alhamdulillah.
যে আমরা সাপোর্ট পাইরাম বারা গিয়া কাম করার বাদে আমরা যে ড্রিম আছে এগুলো অ্যাচিভ করার what would you say to somebody who is younger and would like to continue with their because maybe they're not getting the support that we got support from the family.
It's difficult and you have to understand kita lagi tara saina for you to progress. I think that's important. Is it a jealousy thing? Is it because tara monocorns and or you're going to be out all day and go to fight them na tara? So there's lots of misconceptions men have and family have about why women want to go to work or pursue things that they are happy to do. So it's important you understand that and talk about it. Talk about your needs. Kitalagi, you want to go to work, and kitalagi, you want to find something new to challenge yourself, and why you feel like you shouldn't be in the home all day. Because as long as you're balancing that, like you're cooking and you're looking after the kids, I don't know what the reason would be.
ইদানিং কিন্তু কিছু কিছু মানুষ social benefit যারা ক্লেম করে আমরা এগেনস্টে মাত্রাম না don't get me wrong into this but তারা certain age পরে বাচ্চিন বড় হয়ে গেছেন গিয়া মহিলা তারা খামো কোনোদিন গেছেন না তারা বাচ্চিনদের আপব্রিঙ্গিং করার কাজ করার দায় তারা বিজি আসলা ফ্যামিলি লাইফ লইয়া and that's a very hard work honestly speaking 24/7 being there as a mom but at the same time এখন কো তারা বাচ্চিন বড় হয়ে গেছেন কলেজ ইউনিভার্সিটি শেষ করে লাইছেন তারা ওয়ার্ক করা জকরা কিন্তু এই দেশে গভর্নমেন্টে সাইডা যে তারা গিয়া কোন কিছু করুকা খামোজকা বাট ফার্স্ট অল দে ডোন্ট নো হাউ টু স্পিক ইংলিশ প্রপারলি সো নাও দে বিন পুট ইন টু লার্ন to read and write and whatever English মার্চিকা দরকার লাগে গিয়া সো এটা একটু ব্যাক মেগিনানি তারারে যে তার এত বছর ধরে উদ্দেশ্য বাট তারা কোনো উইল আসেন না বা পারছেন না তারা শিখতা
I think তারা বেশি barriers face করছেন as well from the family concept and obviously English didn't matter so it's very difficult isn't it so training hibba hoyav like there's lots of things on offer now even if you're maybe you can sew and then you can teach other women to sew or maybe you're good at creative art you can teach other people like there is something that you can do which other people can benefit from and it's important that you understand that
absolutely I mean it is very important যে অনেকের যে অনেকের হিডেন স্কিলস আছে যেমন অনেকে রান্না পারেন তারা বালা আচার বানাইতে পারেন বা বালা একটা ডিশ বানাইতে পারেন এটা দিয়ে তারা প্রমোট
young betting like me for example I'm too busy to make samosas and fita and all of that so exam jodi manai a day and I'll buy it from them you know that's another business that's something that you can do because there'll be lots of women at home who's very very good cooks
of course
and you know not everybody's got time to do it themselves so even like Randa and like if you say I'm going to sell like containers of food and for those working women and families that can't have the time to cook every day tada kinta farbai home cooked food and that's a really good business as well so there's something I think for everybody
can do something that you're good at itare tumi explore korte paro business hisabe nite paro and I think a lot of women are doing that nowadays I see a lot of events I attend a lot of events and itat gele dekha যায় যে আমরা বই নাই নকল কিন্তু এখন বই রইছে না অনেকে কিন্তু they have progressed over the years stall holders are mainly women khani besta taki doriya tara khapor suporito besta which is really good I think
I think again you wouldn't have seen that if you went to these events it would have been the men with the saris with the hijabs and like jewelry often you see the women there
so we'll come back to that we need to go into a short break দর্শক শ্রোতা যাচ্ছে একটা ছোট বিরতিতে বিরতির পরে আবার আসবো থাকবেন আমাদের সাথে মধুরামা
মাকে মনে পড়ে।
দর্শক শ্রোতা, ফিরে আসলাম ছোট্ট একটা বিরতির পর। আশা করি আপনারা সবাই আমাদের সাথে আছেন, চা কফি নিয়ে, যেটা নিয়ে হোক না কেন নিয়ে বসে আছেন, আর মা আমার মা দেখছেন। তো আজকে আমার সাথে গেস্ট আছেন ইয়াসমিন হারুন আপা। ওনার সাথে কথা বলছিলাম ওনার অভিজ্ঞতা কাজ রিলেটেড, বাট এখন আমরা ওনার সাথে কথা বলবো ওনার ফ্যামিলি নিয়ে, একটু ওনার পারিবারিক সংসার নিয়ে। সো আপা, আপনার 2 সন্তান, কিন্তু আপনি এই দেশে বড় হয়েছেন। Have you been born in this country?
Yeah.
Okay.
Born in Manchester.
Manchester, okay.
Boro isi Scotland no.
Okay, interesting.
But on Iceland when I was 14.
Okay. In London?
London, yeah. So my mum and dad are restaurant asil, business asil, so different zagamda travel hottam business alagi. But Scotland ataki I've got 2 big brothers,
Okay.
and 1 younger sister. Tada boy shows and piaho balagi, so I'm the London I see.
Okay.
Piaho rai balagi tara.
Oh wow. So 3 জায়গার অভিজ্ঞতা আছে আপনার?
No, aro beshi.
আরো বেশি।
3 জায়গা কইছি।
So you've been moving around all over the globe?
Yeah,
in UK?
babala haita na exagat poita. So he used to take us all over,
Oh, gosh.
like York. He lived in Scunthorpe. He lived in lots of different places. Oldham.
So, people say if you move around the kids along in different schooling, different atmosphere,
Yeah.
it affects their brain and it affects their education. আপনার আর কোনো কিছু এফেক্ট হইছে নি ভাবে?
No, it widened our brain actually.
Okay.
Our outlook to the Boroise, different culture, loge mix horses. So I'm not beshi Bengali culture. I'm not Boroise na. I'm not Boroise Shada area mase. So that interaction, tara loges in communication, it was that kind of thing. So tara kita hani haito will be an eye opener for us, because lots of children don't know about English food kita. Tara himna like.
এখন তো খানি পুরো ডাইভার্সিফাইড হয়ে গেছে।
Yeah.
English as বাত্তা করে খাট। Many of them using their hands as well to eat.
Yeah, so it was quite different for us, our upbringing. It was very much family orientated. Abba ita Scotland tanit and Manchester ita bad Loughborough bad Oldham. I'm the shop kutum dekia London aya. We used to go back up to Scotland. So he always kept that contact with his family. I'm the like our extended family. I'm the Hufus, Sasas, cousin brothers and sisters. I'm the Boroisi Taraloge.
Okay.
We weren't allowed to have too many friends, Shada friends. So it was kept us very tight with our cousins instead.
Okay. Did that help?
I think so, because I have another cousin who was also brought up in a fairly white area, but tara Bengali lahan boroisuna, whereas my mum and dad kept that Bengali culture within us.
And the dharma,
religion as well, yeah. Yeah, even though my mum was a revert, so she's not Bengali, she was Indian.
Okay.
So she reverted to Islam, but she was one of my role models for Islam, because she learned how to read the Quran, she learned how to do namaz, she went to Hajj. She was probably better than some women who were born into Islam. So
that's true, in fact. যে যারা রিভার্ট হইছেন তারা কিন্তু অনেক, আমরা যারা বাই বোর্ন মুসলিম বা ইসলাম ধর্ম যখন প্রচার করি, তারা আরো বেশি ধর্ম নিয়ে তারা বেশি থাকুন, ইসলামিক আর বেশি হইছে, which is so good.
Yeah, alhamdulillah, my mom.
And embarrasses us যে আমরা.
Yeah, I think I'm not take for granted nani, and I'm Islam was a bonisi. But we don't seek enough knowledge how to do our religion better.
And I think people who are revert, when they become Muslim, they do the research in order to understand the religion better.
Yeah.
And that's when they decide that I need to do this. আমি এটা করতাম হইব, আমি জিনিসটা জানতাম হইব, আমি জিনিসটা মানে টাইম মেনটেন করতাম হইব, নামাজ পড়ার দায় হোক আর যেটার দায় হোক তারা আরো বেশি করবা. It's really good.
Yeah. Yeah, so we were born, I was born in Manchester, but obviously my dad took us all over the place. I have two older brothers. One was born in York, one was born in London, and the younger sister was born in Manchester, Ashton. So, like, I'm a travel hosibaka, but always kept ties with the family.
Family. It is important, family ties, I think. Then you
Yeah.
become more, it's like when you said that your cousin or someone, their upbringing were different because they were more of সাধারণতলা খানু গেছেন গিয়া, but আপনারা যারা family লোকে আসলা, same group of people লোকে আসলা, that's why you share the same values. And এটা অনেকটা important আমরা.
Yeah, and I think my mom and dad are not here.
I'm so sorry.
So, but the next generation, like my children's generation, is now friends with all my cousins' children. So tara ekta group ase. Tara tara boy. They don't want to go. They don't want to leave. They're just talking and giggling and playing, and that's nice to see. I'm now in the Boroisi, tara in the Boroido as well.
Of course, definitely. I know it might brings back your memory with your mom, but how was your bonding with your mom? Because a lot of us, we don't have that friendly bonding with our parents, in fact. আমরা অনেকেই আমরা রেঞ্জর স্পেশালি যারা বড় হইছি মার লগে একটু ডিস্টেন্স তারপরে বাফার লগে ডিস্টেন্স বাট মেনি অফ আস আবার মা বাফার লগে অনেক ক্লোজ বন্ডিং আছেন হাউ ওয়াজ ইয়ার্স
Mine was very close, alhamdulillah, but I was more close with my dad. Biafore ama amma loge close with him because I had children and a different talk or anything. So I'm abba loge ami boro beshi because sports I'm the beshi boya dektam like World Cup, Olympics, wrestling. Beshi abba loge boitam ami. So it loge I had that passion for sports and sports day taina ya dektam are like running or competitions or so. I used to play a lot of sports, so I was always in the sports day running. Then I did athletics. Then I did netball and hockey and football. So I always had my dad's support, and we were much more closer. And plus, I was very much a tomboy. As my younger sister, she was very much like girly girl, and my mum liked that. She was able to dress her up and things like that. So and me, I didn't like getting dressed up. So I wasn't close with my mom until after I got married, and that's when our friendship developed.
Everybody says that.
Yeah.
Amra, especially girls, they're more close with their dad. I think it's opposite attraction. Buffalo ge sob mera kintu close থাকেন। আবার বিয়ে হওয়ার পরে বাচ্চা হওয়ার পরে তারা মার লগে বন্ডিংটা বেশি হয়ে যায় গিয়া। Why?
I think it's that maternal instinct, isn't it? And you look for help from your mums. And but am I doing this right? Am I not doing this right?
Because I was always close with my mom. Since I was younger, I was close with my mom, and every time I used to think about my mom, আমার মার betterment চিন্তা করতাম আম্মা কিতা করলা আম্মা কিতা খাইলা আম্মা কিতা জহলা আম্মার দায় আমার মানে সবসময় আমার আব্বার দায় আমার অত টান ছিল আমার আব্বার দায় টান আমার বড় বোনের that was her.
Yeah, I think it's the older sister.
And me, I was always mom. আমার দায় সবসময় আমার একটা মেন্টালি থাকতো চিন্তা থাকতো যে আমার আম্মা কিলা না আছেন so that's what I'm saying is I don't feel that আমার বাফলো আমার এই ধরনের রিলেশনশিপ
wait করতাম আমার আব্বার না দেখি আমি কি ঘুমাইতাম না and if make sure he's eaten whereas mom আম্মা যদি কিচেনে থাকতো আমি যাইতাম না so my mom used to really shout say no আমি বড় আমি কিতা করব কেমনে খাওয়াইমু আমার family day so I didn't know how to cook before I got married I learned afterwards and again my dad taught me how to cook as well so and then I used to phone mom amma ita khimne mana what do I do but no I'm mas mana itam farina I don't eat fish so manaina so well I make it but I don't eat it so I always ask my mom about recipes and the children like should I do this tada duk face on kita khotam or temperature do I take them to the hospital kita khawaitam so mom used to always like give me that advice
that's for sure but again মা হলো লগে মেয়ে হলো বুঝে একটা আলাদা একটা টান থাকে and সব সময় আমরা মা হলে বুঝাইতেছেন যে তোমার একদিন তোমার বিয়ে হইব, তোমার রান্না বাড়া শিকা লাগবো, তুমি ঘর সংসার চালাইতে
Doesn't matter how educated,
how
how
educated
do
you are, তোমার খাইতে হইব,
run to way.
রানতে
So
হইব, yeah.
that's important skills to have. So it doesn't matter how educated you are, and if you have children, boro to way, they want their mum more than they want their dad.
That, exactly.
Children in young age, mara saibishi. So you have to balance all of that, and I think when we become mothers, o gyasinta hori je namma kita hosun amra boro korbo lagi kita sacrifice hosun khemna solsun khemna kham hosun and looked after all of us as well. It's not easy. 4 children or 5 children, 6 children, however many children. It's not easy when even if you have one child, it's not easy to bring up a child constantly tara need takhenini. So I think when we become parents, all that gatanded and what did my mom go through?
Yeah.
And what did she sacrifice for us?
Usually mom says that. যে পুরি তুমি
বুঝবাই।
বুঝবা, তোমার বাচ্চাও তখন বুঝবা। লাইফ কিলাম জানি। Actually, it's true. It's a fact.
True. It's very true.
What is the one thing that you picked up from your mom that you have imposed on your children?
Values and morals. Yeah, I think always be kind. My mum was very kind. She helped everybody. My mum and dad. They go like English Matahasun, so Amma English Matahasun. She could speak several languages.
Right.
Hindi, Gujarati, Punjabi, Urdu, and English and Bengali. So yeah, 5 or 6 languages.
She was
So
multilingual.
yeah, so she was able to help. Like, in that time, obviously Bengali nurses are still now, so there's mostly white midwives and stuff. So if they were going into hospital, mara doctor lawyers able to translate. So mum used to help them through that birth time, or going to the hospital, or claiming the forms and filling up the forms. And my pa help hotabishi. I'm the community there, so I saw that growing up. Sometimes they will ask me to fill in the forms for them too. So I think that kind of value about helping other people was instilled in me, and that respect for our elders, talk properly, respect people, be kind to people, and give back if we can.
Definitely. I mean, these are the most important value that we all learn from our parents. Most of our parents, আমরা এই জিনিসগুলো শেখানোর চেষ্টা করি যে তুমি মানুষের লগে behavior, and it is very important. You've got 2 sons.
Yeah.
How do you see their future? So say if one of them gets married, how would you react with this wife? Because শাশুড়ি হলতো দরজাল তখন সব সময় কই
I always joke I'm afraid to বিয়া দিতাম না
বিয়া দিন না বিয়া করাই, or maybe nowadays it's changed.
It's changed, definitely changed. I don't know, I always joke I'm not going to get my sons married, but obviously inshallah one day they do, and they find a wife that's compatible with them but also happy with our family as well, and has that interactions. And I've got no daughters. I've got 3 nieces, but I don't have any daughters. So tada aida magoro, I hope I treat them like a daughter and they treat me like their mum. So I don't want any relationship of furan mother-in-law, daughter-in-law, in ekta argument থাকে or friction থাকে. I don't want that.
I don't think it happens a lot nowadays.
It still happens. You'll be surprised. Even when they don't live together, this still happens.
Why does that
I don't
happen?
know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Is it mother being jealous of their daughter-in-law, or daughter-in-law being too obsessed about their husband that...
No, I don't think it's that. I think, obviously, you're the mum and you brought your sons up, so you know what they like, how they like their food, what they like to wear, or something like that. And this one boy, they're going to have different cooking, isn't it? And you're going to think, oh my God, I'm a fryita khaina, and she's making it like that.
Yeah.
So all these little things become big
Come to
things.
think of that, I remember my mother-in-law coming to UK. She used to live in Bangladesh, but she came in UK and stayed with us for 8 months. And at that time, I mean, my husband, I didn't know he didn't eat certain things in Bangladesh when he was growing up and whatever. So when I got married to him, he was eating everything. So she came over and I cooked something. I can't remember exactly the dish. And she goes, oh, তুই তাহলে এগুলো খাস? What is she talking about, And then she goes, I said to her, কেন? Didn't you eat that before? She goes, না, এখন তো বিয়ে করছে। I'm thinking, I didn't even know that the thing was that he came as a student in this country. So whatever there was available, because they used to share a house together, and everybody used to have a turn in cooking,
yeah.
and so whoever used to cook whatever these are the foods available, so that's what he had to eat. So he got used to it. It's not me who changed him; it's him changed himself because of at that time he needed to change himself. So sometimes shashuri hole dush dein, but it's not.
See, my husband's from Hobbygonj, and so they have a slightly different dialect from us Sylhetis.
Yes.
So now he speaks more like me and my our language, but because he around my family all the time, like extended family, my brothers and sisters, my mom and dad. So then when we go to his family, they're like, you've got a different accent, you've forgotten how to speak. But it's not my fault. I don't know Bengali too well, so I didn't teach him.
Exactly. I mean, it happened to me. But anyway, let's not go into my story again. But it's interesting how people change over the years. Doesn't matter whether you must have picked up a lot of his habits, because when husband and wife live together, they change so much.
You mold together.
Yeah. And you adapt each other's habit and dialect,
definitely.
or a lot of things. You know, what you like, what he dislikes.
Even the way of thinking, what your husband likes, and he knows what you like.
Exactly.
So he's not going to do anything that makes you upset, and you're not going to do anything to make him upset.
Exactly.
So there's that adaptability and sacrifice sometimes. Is that
Definitely.
you can't do something because your husband won't like it, or he'll be upset about it. So you're not going to do it. You're not going to make him upset on purpose, right?
Of course. But nowadays, manche hoin je ekhoncar generation tara adaptation buzoin na, tara sacrifice buzoin na. And that creating a lot of divorce rate is going high.
Yeah. But I think social media has a lot to do with that as well. They see, like, also what they call social medias and tara kita horen, like bloggers and things like that. They pretend they have this happy life. That instantly find a noya handbag, instantly find a noya goal, instantly find a noya gari. But we know sacrifice and how hard you have to work to get a house, to get a car, to wear nice clothes. But tell you what, they seem to want everything instantly. And it was in social media, as I tell the homes and everyone, these women are living like luxury lives, holidays like that, garis like that, that's not reality.
No.
That's not reality, and I think that's where some marriages go wrong, because they think of this fairy tale relationship and then marriage and lifestyle, but that's not the reality.
Of course not. Reality is very hard.
Yeah.
আর আমরা যারা অ্যাডাপ্টেশন করতাম জানি না বা করতাম চাই না, জানা একটা আর চাওয়া একটা, অনেকে কিন্তু চাই না অ্যাডাপ্টেশন করতে।
তারা easy if I divorce hopefully rather than work at the marriage.
Of course. I mean, a lot of people are trying to divorce rate reducing, but I don't know. Maybe over the years it might work out better.
And I think as well, even the boys now, they're getting married very, very young. And how much maturity do they have? Do they just want to get married because they want a wife? Or is it because are they ready to work for that relationship? Are they ready to work for the family? Are they ready to make a lot of sacrifices themselves? So you can't be out all day with your friends and, addamara and all of this law. You can't
what you did before, after marriage.
Yeah, it's completely changed. So you need to think about your wife as well. She's at home. She needs your attention. She needs your help with the children. And so, it's very difficult from both sides. But I think people need to just grow up a little bit.
I agree. But would you say some parents have a lot much involvement to us?
I think parents want to have a conversation with the children before marriage and what marriage is about. So, when a 22-year-old aya ko iba am biya hotam. Oh, am fa biya hotam I get to kai mona kita konyade. Without realizing or having that conversation, do you know what marriage is? You can't rely on your parents for the rest of your life. Or am I going to take by doing? When your family extends, you're not going to be able to live here.
No.
So are you prepared to move out? Have you got the funds to move out? So, these kind of conversations, they don't have it, and that's why, or they don't even have that relationship to have that conversation. So that's why I think a lot of children feel like they have to take control of their life themselves without parents understanding what it is that they're getting into.
I totally agree with you because a lot of, especially like Bengali family, even when we were younger, আমরা যে সময় বিয়ে হয়েছে, there wasn't a book to say or parents got you ready যে বিয়ে হইলে তোমার লাইফ অত হইব যাইব. I remember after I got married, my mom goes, because I never understood the marriage whole concept of being married and whatever, because I was like you, a tomboy type. Shazani Gusanita. I used to cook because, like I said, আমার আম্মার দা আমার feelings আছে করিয়া. আমার আম্মার যদি শরীর খারাপ হতো, then I used to volunteer to cook. And I had passion for cooking at that time. রান্না বাড়া পছন্দ করতাম, নতুন স্কিল শিখতাম, শিখতাম. Because of that reason আমি রান্তাম. বা আমার আম্মার অবস্থা দেখে আমি রান্দাতে হেল্প করতাম, কিচেন কেয়ার হেল্প করতাম তাদের. But being with your parents and getting married is totally different thing, and there isn't such a book or such a কোনো কিছু লার্ন করার মতো আমরা মা বাবা কিন্তু আমরা রেডি করেন না. I don't think আমরা মা বাবা জানছি না আগে. বাচ্চার ব্যাপারটা আমরা কিন্তু শিখি না. এখন অনেক বই মিলে, lot of experts wrote books about this, but বই পড়লেও still the same হয় না.
Reality is reality.
Reality is reality.
Yeah.
এই যে ম্যারেজের যে একটা লাইফ লিড করে আমরা মা বাপের দেখলাম তারা কোনো ফ্যামিলিতে আছে মা বাপ রিয়েলি গুড রিলেশনশিপ, কোনো ফ্যামিলিতে আছে মা বাপের মধ্যে রিলেশনশিপ ঠিক না. সো উই অ্যাডাপ্ট দ্যাট, উই থিঙ্ক দ্যাটস হাউ দি ম্যারেজ লাইফ ইজ.
That's true, that's true.
যার কারণে আমরা এই যে ইয়াং বাচ্চেন হোক হোক তারাও কিন্তু ওই জন্য জিনিস পিক আপ করে যে মা বাপের রিলেশনশিপ
It's quite
distance বা close, depending on the
family environment,
on the family relationship ওর উপরে. আর কিছু কিছু বাচ্চা আছে they very clever, they go no, I'm not going to live my life. মা বাবার মাঝে যদি সমস্যা থাকে তারা কিন্তু চিন্তা করেন যে মা বাবার মতো আমি থাকতাম না. I want my life to be totally different than what
we do that for our children as well, right? Amra zeta faisi na amra sai titam amra bachan tere, like we don't want them to hardship sai na amra.
No.
Amra zemna boroisi like my mom and dad didn't give me everything.
No.
Love and attention was more than enough, but we didn't get spoiled. Okun bachente sometimes are a bit spoiled. An iPhone site and noya phone site, noya game site, noya this, that, and the other. But I think for our children, we think, oh, we don't want them to not have the things that we missed out on. So, you know, have the things that we missed out on. So we buy them games, we buy them toys, buy them clothes. Like before, it used to be a special occasions, and Eid, Shumma, you get your new clothes, and that's it.
That's it. And we were happy. Oh wow, Eid আইবো একটা আলাদা আমরা একটা সময় বাড়াইতাম যে Eid আইবো আমরা নতুন কাপড় কিনবো, নতুন জুতা কিনবো, নতুন কিছু একটা পাইমো, and we used to look forward to it. But
now every week they're going out buying new trainers, new clothes, new this, that, and the other, and it's like they've forgotten that specialness.
Yeah,
I think
true. আসলে এই স্পেশাল মোমেন্টগুলো অনেক আমরা চিন্তা করায় যে আগে আমরা স্পেশাল মোমেন্টগুলো পাইছি, আমরা মা বাবার কাছ থেকে যে সময় পাইছি, উই হ্যাড দ্যাট বন্ডিং ইজ ওয়েল. বাট এখন যত দরকার দিতে 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 তাও কিন্তু বাঁচিন তোর চাহিদার শেষ হয় না. দে গো আউট টু ইট. আমরা কয়দিন পারা গেছে খাইবার তাই
আমরা হাঁটি যাইতাম Green Street একটা mobile আছিল, and that was it. There was no other restaurants that we could go to, so it was that one and I think Kebabish. There was the only two something restaurants like that in Green Street. Other than that,
shopping korat gele once in a while.
Even like fish and chips, my dad used to eat halal ni couldn't tell them as a fry or something of fish. Maybe they did it with the sausages, so you can't have it. So now we're really spoiled. They know Zaino halal ase. So, and the children can eat anything they want.
Anything they want, and they're eating anything, and that causing health issues.
That's causing other health issues.
Other health issues. যেটা কারণে আমরা অনেক sports activities দরকার আছে. Coming back to your sports. So sports activities দরকার আছে. But nowadays kids are quite সচেতন আছেন তারা যখনরা অনেক health conscious আছেন. But আমরা সময় কিন্তু অত আমরা health conscious আসলাম না, but জানতামও না তেমন, because unless আমরা parents হলো কিছু হলে, and through the interpreting for the parents or for next door neighbor, that's when you learned about certain type of diseases and certain type of health issues that arises amongst us. এখন ক্যান্সার বাড়ছে, আমরা বাঙালি কমিউনিটির মধ্যে ডায়াবেটিস তো আছে, এগুলা আগে হতো আসিল, আমরা ডিটেক্ট করছি না, জানছি না, অনেক প্যারেন্টস হল জানতা না, যাইতা না। Do you do any sessions on people like our age on whether they're in diabetes or
we do on a Monday morning at Ganshill Library. We have a positive mind session, so women can come in and we'll have different topics. Sometimes we'll have a health visitor come in and talk about diabetes and things like that and cancer. Other times it will be the sisters who deliver what is healthy eating, what is the sunnah way of living. So it's very much related back to Islam. And we'll take learnings from the past and our Prophet's time, peace be on him, to sort of like how can we adapt it and put it into today's practice and how we can lead our lives using that as an example. So it's really good. We have lots of different topics around mental health as well. So the women who come and really enjoy themselves.
That's good. Coming to mental health, it has, since COVID, it has arisen a lot within our community. I mean, I know the other community is suffering as well, but বাংলাদেশি কমিউনিটির লোকে অনেক মেন্টাল হেলথের এমনিতেই সমস্যা আছে, বিকজ ফার্স্ট অফ অল আমরা যে সময় প্রেগনেন্সিতে যে আমরা সাফার করি বেবি ব্লুজ পয়েন্ট, তারপরে অ্যান্টিডিপ্রেসেন্ট ওষুধ খাইরা জহররা, কিন্তু আমরা এটা অ্যাকনোলেজ করি না। বাচ্চা হওয়ার পরে আমরা যে postnatal depression, antenatal depression, এইগুলো যে হয়, এটা লইয়া কিন্তু আমরা অত যখন তোমার কি তা আদিল কিলা বাচ্চা হইছে নি, যে আমরাও তো বাচ্চা হইছে, শাশুড়ি তা হোক আর মা তা হোক আর যেই তা হোক, আমরাও তো বাচ্চা হইছে, আমরা তো জোরছি। বাট বাংলাদেশও যারা জন্ম হইছে, যারা আসলা, তারা কিন্তু অনেক সাপোর্ট পাইছেন। এই দেশে কিন্তু এই ধরনের সাপোর্ট মিলে না। বাচ্চারা লইয়া গরম মাঝে নিজে লুক আফটার করা লাগে। How can you explain to somebody that যে young mother একজন যে বাচ্চা হইছে, তাহলে কি অ্যাডভাইস দিব আপনি?
I think the first thing is to admit it, that you need help. And I think sometimes then we have to admit that we need help or we're suffering in some kind of way and acknowledge that. So the first thing to do is that, and then speak to obviously your GP, speak to friends and family to see if they've got any help they can give you. If you do need help with your children, obviously friends and family around you, see if they can take the child or come and help you with the child for a few hours a day, and just until you get yourself sorted. But I think there's always help out there. So whether that's with your GP, whether that's a phone line, whether that's friends and family, there is someone to talk to, and always seek that help. That's really important, because you're not alone in this journey.
No.
And I think now, even on TV, our mess ups and everyone is talking about mental health and acknowledging there is an issue within our community that needs to be diagnosed, and then solutions need to be there. It's not just relying on the Quran, like some people back in the day, or if you read more Quran, you'll be okay. That's not always the right solutions.
No.
Sometimes people do need real help, so then seek that help.
Of course. Thank you very much. I was really enjoying talking to you today, but the segment has finished and we need to go home as well. Thank you very much for coming,
you for having me.
and it was a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you.
দর্শক শ্রোতা, আজকে এইটুকুই ছিল। আগামী পর্বে নতুন কোনো গেস্ট নিয়ে আমি হাজির হব আপনাদের সাথে। আপনারা সবাই ভালো থাকবেন, সুস্থ থাকবেন। আসসালামু আলাইকুম।